The scream came from two houses down, but the neighbors rushed out. They saw a nightmare. Nia was crumpled in her wheelchair, blood soaking through her shirt. Her hand was pressed weakly against her side. Tried to stop the bleeding, crimson drops spilled onto the soil beneath the rose bushes her mother had planted. Standing above her was a white woman in a floral blouse and pearls, holding a burning knife, blood soaking through her shirt. Its blade stained dark red. She was shouting something about your violations, her voice sharp and unapologetic, is if none of what just happened was out of line. I told her, the woman barked, those bushes were against HOA code. She came at me. I defended myself, but no one saw Nia move. She could not. She hadn't walked in 3 years. A neighbors dialed 911 with shaking fingers. There is been attack. A teenage girl's been stabbed. She is in a wheelchair. She is bleeding bad. Please hurry. The woman with the knife didn't run. She stood there like she was the one who had been wrong. These plants were out of code. She kept muttering, I see notes. It's not my fault. It's my father can follow community rules. She had no idea what was Nia's father. Sirens echoed in the distance, red and blue lights flashed between the hedge growing closer. The woman turned, followed by another then flashed between the hedge growing closer. The woman turned her head and calmly walked to the curb, waiting for the officer like she didn't done nothing wrong. A police cruiser screeched to a stop, followed by another. Then another officer jumped out, weapon drawn, expecting a dangerous criminal. What they found was a girl bleeding out in her old yard, and a woman holding gardening tools with the blood on her hands. I am HOA president, the woman announced before they could speak. This is misunderstanding. I was enforcing compliance. She obstructed my duties. One of the officers ignored her and dropped to his knees beside Nia. She is conspicuous. Barely he had into his radio. We need paramedics fast possible. Internal bleeding. She is a minor, disabled. More neighbors spilled into the street. Some pulled out phones. Others just stood frozen. One man whispered, is that Sheriff Malik's girl? And another nodded, yeah, that's his daughter. The woman didn't hear it, or if she did, she didn't understand what it meant. A black SUV pulled up second later, but it was not marked. That man who stepped out didn't have an uniform. He didn't need no one. If everyone officer there knew exactly who he was, Sheriff Malik's face was blank, unreadable, but his eyes locked onto the blood, onto his daughter what was not being left into ambulance, onto knife still dangling from the woman's hand. He didn't speak at first, didn't rush, just walked slow and deliberate across the lawn toward the man still dabbling about blows. She turned to him smug. Maybe now you can understand why enforcing the HOA code is so important. The bush line exceed highlight regulation and your daughter.